Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
Now, 18 police forces have confirmed they have or will now apply for more time to investigate the Conservative Party over their election expenses. But in one region, Kent, the Conservatives are fighting back and will go to court next week to stop a police investigation taking place. The seat is South Thanet, where the Tories defeated the UKIP leader Nigel Farage in a fierce fight. Tonight, this programme can reveal new evidence of the huge resources the Conservatives poured into South Thanet, including senior party figures who ran the campaign, and yet another battle bus which doesn't appear to be included in the election returns. Our political correspondent Michael Crick reports.
That's not too bad, is it?
South Thanet was the big battleground of last year's election. The Tories notched a plum victory when their man Craig McKinley thwarted UKIP leader Nigel Farage.
18,838.
But now the party's taking the unprecedented step of trying to oppose a police investigation into whether they correctly declared the money they spent here. The law says any sum spent promoting the local candidate must be declared by the candidate and agent on their legal spending return. Failure to declare is a criminal offence.
3 months ago, an investigation by this programme found nearly £20,000 of Conservative Party spending here in South Thanet on hotels, staff and activists that was either declared nationally rather than locally or not declared at all. Much of it was booked in the name of a senior member of Conservative staff and billed to her home address. Tonight, we have new evidence that shows the scale of the Conservative operation here and how the campaign in South Thanet was run by a team parachuted in from party headquarters.
Crucial to the whole operation was Marion Little, a Tory HQ campaign expert sent to save South Thanet from UKIP. Seen here in the McKinley campaign office, she ran it like a big by-election.
When a party decides to throw all their best people, or some of their best people, at a particular seat, that normally happens in a by-election, when there's only one election up for grabs. It's unusual for a particular seat in a general election, when there are 650 seats being contested, to attract quite such a targeted assault.
In the Broadstairs office, this big campaign schedule was photographed by Emily Ashton from BuzzFeed. It shows that on the 9th of April, Transport Minister John Hayes visited Manston Airport, a big local issue. A conference room at the Airport Holiday Inn was booked for the event and paid for by Marion Little. Again, it didn't appear on the local return. And almost every day they held what was called a big canvass, such as in Sandwich the same day. A Conservative battle bus brought outside volunteers down to help Craig McKinley. On board, party chairman Grant Shapps.
I thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming down, supporting me today.
Let's go campaigning.
Celebrity visits were frequent on the 21st of April. Boris Johnson, and when he came, this campaign chaperone looked after him. William Saunders, who was based in South Thanet for 20 days. Here's his hotel bill at the Premier Inn.
Hello, Marion Little. My name's Ed Howker. I'm a journalist at Channel 4 News. I wondered if I might ask a few
Yesterday we found Marion Little, the Thanet campaign boss, and tried to ask her about all this.
I was told that you were the mastermind of it. Is there anything you can explain about it? Anything at all?
Little was one of the top Tory staff whose stay at the Royal Harbour in Ramsgate cost more than £14,000 in all. There too was Henry McCrory, the party's former press chief, and Nick Timothy, previously an advisor to Theresa May, as well as Stephen Parkinson, another former May advisor, who told me the party paid for his room at the Royal Harbour too.
It was the target of all targets, really, for the Tories. They had to hold it. They had to stop Farage getting into Parliament, and they reflected that by throwing the kitchen sink at it.
So vital was South Thanet that on polling day, Twitter shows both party chairmen Grant Shapps and Lord Feldman came down on a battle bus to help get out the vote. They were even waved off by Jim Messina in the middle, the Obama pollster hired as a Tory strategist. The fact so many bigwigs visited that day shows that unlike any other seat, South Thanet was their campaign. But there's an extra twist. We found the extra £400 it cost to hire the bus that day doesn't appear to have been declared anywhere. In response to all this, the Conservatives told us tonight all spending has been correctly recorded in accordance with the law.
Following our investigations, more than 10 different police forces now around the country have applied to extend the 12-month legal deadline that there is on prosecutions under election law, allowing the police more time to investigate. And perhaps it's no surprise that it's only here in South Thanet that the Conservatives sent along one of the country's top lawyers to try and stop the police investigation here in its tracks.
An open court in Folkestone will hear the case resume next Wednesday, and opposing QCs argue whether the police should get more time.
Michael Crick reporting.
I've been getting away